I really expected better of you, Luke. After all this time you've been with my daughter, you've shown me nothing but disappointment. How much of a bad person can you be? You know, originally, I thought that you were the perfect person for my daughter. I was always imagining the type of person that she should marry, and you exceeded those expectations when I first met you. But now, I've got nothing but disappointment from you. You really are the lowest of the low. The fact that you would fake your personality up until this point is just outright sickening.
Hold on a second. I don't believe what I'm hearing right now. What are you going on about, Paul? How could you talk to me this way? You and I have always gotten along. Have I actually done something to upset you?
Of course you have. Don't try and act like you haven't. It's only making you look worse.
I really have no idea what you're talking about. Have you been talking to Rebecca or something?
Yes, she's the one who's been telling me everything. You've really outdone yourself this time. I thought the worries about you being on your business trip in New York and probably lurking around bars all night hoping to pick up some young girl were bad enough. But what you've done today is way more depraved than that.
What did I do today? And hang on a minute, what do you mean I've been lurking around bars trying to pick up girls? I haven't been doing that at all. Don't you know that I'm on a business trip? That means that I'm working.
Yeah, well, we can't really be sure of that, can we? Rebecca's been suspicious of you for a while now, and if I'm being honest, after today, you've clearly shown that you're not concerned with this family at all. You couldn't care less what happens to us. I assume that you don't really care about Rebecca's feelings either. If some young, beautiful woman did approach you, I'm pretty sure you'd be open to it.
What a load of crap. I can't believe what I'm hearing. What have I supposedly done then, Paul? What have I done to anger you so much? Because I'll let you know what I've done today. I woke up at the crack of dawn just to get ready for work. I headed in, and now I'm doing overtime just to get the work finished here. And you know what? I know you can argue that this is me being selfish. I mean, I do like the type of job that I do after all, but at the end of the day, this is money. I get extra money for every hour that I do overtime. All of that money goes to Rebecca. So I really don't see how I'm the bad guy here.
You don't see how you're a bad guy, huh? So you don't think that prioritizing your work over your own mother-in-law's funeral is a bad thing? I mean, seriously, where is your moral compass? You've always struck me as the type of person who wants to do the right thing. You couldn't spare one day just to come to her funeral? How dare you? How dare you be so insensitive?
Wait. What are you talking about right now? A funeral?
Yes, the funeral. The thing that Rebecca would have told you about, right? She would have told you that it was today. But what do? You decide that my wife isn't worth your time. This woman that has done so much to support your marriage. She gave you and my daughter a lot of money when you got married, and she's always been there to help you vent your problems. She has done so much, and this is how you repay her? You don't even have the decency to turn up to her funeral?
I can't believe what I'm hearing right now. This is insane.
You don't need to be telling me that. I already know how insane your behavior is. But that's not even the worst of it. That's just a light crime compared to what you've really done.
What have I really done? Honestly, what is going on today? I really wasn't expecting this.
Not turning up to the funeral yourself is one thing, but actually telling Rebecca that she shouldn't go to it? Now that is real low. If that's not clear evidence of how much of a scumbag you are, then I don't know what is.
Okay, that's it. I have had enough. Paul, you have totally got the wrong idea here. I'm sick of you accusing me of this. I had no idea about this.
Yes, you do. Rebecca would have told you.
No, she hasn't. I haven't been told anything. I had no idea about this funeral, and I didn't even know that she had passed away to begin with. I've been in New York for months now. When did she pass?
It was a month ago. Are you seriously telling me that you didn't know about this?
Oh my God. My mother-in-law. How could this happen? This isn't some prank, is it? She's actually dead, isn't she?
You're serious right now? You didn't know anything at all, did you?
I don't, Paul. I really don't. I don't know how to get over this. How could someone as sweet and beautiful as that actually pass away? I've never met a kinder woman in my whole life. What happened to her, Paul? Tell me.
She got hit by a car. It was one of those hooligans running through a red light. A couple of kids that just got their licenses figured it would be fun to use the road as their playground.
Those little dirtbags. I can't believe it. I can't believe this is the way that she goes out.
Why don't you know about this? Are you seriously saying that Rebecca never told you?
She didn't.
Don't you guys talk at all?
I mean, we do, but ever since I've been on my trip to New York, things have been really shaky between us. I don't think long-distance relationships last for a long time. I'm really hoping they can send me back home. Hopefully, after I tidy up the mess we have at the branch here, they'll do that immediately. My marriage means more to me than my job. But at the same time, this is just unreal. There's no reason for her not to tell me, even if we are going through a rough patch at the moment. I need to get to the bottom of this.
I know it sounds bad to say this, but I'm relieved to hear this. I have to be honest with you, Luke. I've always had a lot of respect for you. I've always thought you're a good man, and after what happened today, I just couldn't contain myself. I needed to put you in your place.
I understand. I don't want you to feel bad about it or anything. If I were in your position, I would have done the same. I'm really sorry that I couldn't give you my condolences when she passed away. If I knew this had happened, I would have messaged you instantly. I would have called.
I know that you would have. I thought something was up. The day that she died, Rebecca found out about it as quickly as I did. She should have told you instantly. I assume that she did that, and the reason you didn't contact me was that you didn't really care in the first place. She's really built up this image of you being this horrible person that's feeding your own desires up there in New York.
Trust me, I don't know what fantasy she's created in her head, but none of it is true. I'm sweating and bleeding for my job right now, trying to get things done. It hasn't been a fun experience at all. Especially when I want some sort of emotional support from my wife and she refuses to give it to me.
I don't know what's going on between you two. I hope you guys can do something about it quickly, though.
Yeah, well, look, she's been ignoring my messages for a couple of days now. I'm a really busy guy, but I'm gonna try and get through to her when I can. Hopefully, she picks up the phone. I want her to explain what the hell happened here. My name is Luke. I'm a man in my early 30s. I've been married to my wife, Rebecca, for 10 years now. When we first met, it was almost like high school love. It was like two people who were made for each other with 100% compatibility. She absolutely adored me and supported me every step of the way, helping me become the person that I am today. Something happened as our marriage dragged on. Little by little, she grew disinterested in me. She didn't want to do things to help me. She didn't want to clean, and she didn't want to give me massages. She was completely turned off by me. I was thinking about going to couples therapy to try and repair my marriage. Then, absolute tragedy hit. I had to go on this business trip to New York. With our marriage already in a disrupted state, it only got worse with the fact that we can't even be in each other's company anymore. But now, it's reaching a point where I can't be silent about this. I need to confront her about what's been going on. The fact that she didn't even invite me to the funeral is just unacceptable. I want to know what my wife has been up to while I haven't been at home. Rebecca, I'm getting tired of playing these little games with you. Do you know how much I've been trying to call you, and you've been ignoring them every single time? Now you force me to get a day off so I can actually catch you during the day. Now that I'm going out of my way here, do you mind giving me the basic courtesy of answering my phone call?
You really are persistent, aren't you? Aren't you meant to be busy with work over there? What's your excuse for bothering me all the time? What are you talking about? Nothing's been going on. Everything is normal.
There is nothing wrong with the husband trying to contact his wife. Don't treat me like I'm the weird one here. In fact, you have a lot to answer for. Rebecca, what the hell is going on recently?
I didn't think you would really care, to be honest.
Don't give me that bull crap. Your mom died last month, and you didn't even have the courtesy to tell me about it. Why the hell not?
I didn't think you would really care, to be honest.
I'm sorry? You didn't think I would care about my mother-in-law passing away? That is some pretty big news, you know?
Yeah, but I didn't think you cared about her in general. She wasn't that special in the first place. She kind of reminded me of how I'm gonna turn out one day. Old and repulsive to look at. You know, I'm kind of glad that reminder is gone now.
What the hell are you talking about? Is that seriously the way that you look at your own mother? This is the person that gave birth to you. This is the person that supported you your whole life. You don't have any shred of respect for her at all?
Nah, not really. She's pretty boring, if I'm being honest.
She's pretty boring, huh? Well, each to their own. I didn't know my wife was actually this heartless. Well, regardless of your opinions on your own mother and whether or not you wanted to go to her funeral, your actions are starting to reflect on me. Do you understand that I'm the one that's catching the flack from your dad for what's happened? He actually thinks that I'm the one that told you not to go to the funeral. And you know what? What's this nonsense about me hooking up with young women here in New York? You know how busy I am.
Yeah, right. You know how stale our marriage has been lately. I already know that you're probably doing that.
Rebecca, I'm the only one trying to keep our marriage alive. I'm the one that kept suggesting couples therapy every year. You didn't want to go to it. How could you say something as stupid as that? And that is nothing compared to you telling your dad that I was the one that ordered you not to go to the funeral. Why would you do that?
Well, I had to. I can't give him the real reason.
What's the real reason?
Well, the Luscious Boys are breaking up.
What did you say?
You know, the Luscious Boys, the boy band. They're breaking up next year and they had a concert on the day of her funeral. There's no way I'm gonna miss that for the world.
You're gonna prioritize some stupid concert over your own mother?
Yeah.
I don't even know what to tell you, Rebecca. That is the most insane nonsense I have ever heard. I need to do something about this marriage of ours. This is an absolute joke. Well, I have to say, Rebecca, this is weird. I come back to the house after all this time and you're not here, huh? What are you doing right now?
What are you talking about? You're on your business trip. You're in New York.
Not anymore. Our marriage is on the verge of ending. I needed to deal with things here.
You can't just come back without telling me that, you know? That's an invasion of privacy.
Are you seriously saying that I'm not allowed to come back to my own home? That's a really bold statement, Rebecca. Anyway, I want you to do one of two things. Open up the door and let me in, or come back home and give me the key. So, which is gonna be?
Well, look, I can't do that right now. I'm busy with something.
You're busy?
Yeah, even someone like me has stuff to do, you know. I'm not just going to split the world in half just because you want me to.
Well, what's the reason? What are you doing right now?
I'm just out doing the shopping.
The shopping, huh? You're not out with the person that you've been cheating on me with?
What the hell did you just say? What a crazy accusation! Are you trying to cover up the fact that that's exactly what you've been doing? Don't even try, buddy.
You really know how to turn it on, don't you?
Turn what on?
That bullcrap gaslighting that you do. I know exactly what you're doing right now. You're with some guy cheating on me.
Yeah, right. What are you, omnipotent? You can just see everything that goes on in the world. Get out of here with your God complex, Luke. I don't want to hear it.
I've already got the detective following you guys. I've got photos and everything. You can't lie to me.
What the hell? You would actually go as far as to get a detective? What are you, a stalker creep?
I'm just a guy that wants to know that my wife is doing the right thing. And it's not like I've been doing this on a baseless suspicion. I looked into the Luscious Boys and they broke up last year. They couldn't have had a concert the day of your mother's funeral. I grew suspicious. You were up to something. That's when I talked to the neighbors. They told me about the sounds that they hear at night. From what they say, it sounds like a cow is getting tipped over.
Those rude old cronies. How dare they? Are you really gonna believe them and their stupid little suspicions? I was just watching a TV program.
Are you an idiot, Rebecca? I'm telling you right now, I have the evidence of what you've been doing. The detective showed me everything. And not only that, but I've got cameras around the place.
Oh, wow. So you really would install cameras before you left here, huh? Just how self-conscious do you have to be?
I didn't do that because I was worried you would do something, Rebecca. I was worried that something would happen to you. You're a woman living there on your own after all. I had them set up on key points around the house. The bedroom, the living room, the front door, and I even had one set up on the veranda. And I saw what you guys did on that veranda. I mean, just how sickening do you two have to be in the first place? Like, seriously, is this the person that I got married to?
Shut up. Don't make fun of me. He's a young guy. This is the type of thing he likes to do. He's adventurous.
Yeah, well, you can just keep your young guy. You and I are done. I'm getting divorced.
You can't do that.
I'm sorry, are you the one that gets to decide what I can and can't do?
Oh, well, you just can't. It's gonna ruin everything.
What do you mean? Did you expect us to live in this house with just the three of us? Get out of here with your delusions.
We need your money, Luke.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, he's a young guy with big dreams. He wants to start his own company. He can't support me. You're the only one that can.
He wants to start his own company, huh? Is that what you think?
Yeah, him and I rarely get to meet. You know, he's always off busy trying to create that thing. I want to see him more and more, but he doesn't have the time or even the money at the moment to support me. You need to be doing that until he can get things started.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to break it to you, Rebecca, but this young guy doesn't appear to be who he says he is.
What are you talking about?
You'll find out soon enough. First of all, let's get this divorce, and then we'll talk about what's happened.
I don't like the sound of that. You need to tell me what's going on right now, Luke. I don't like being left in the dark about this. Luke? Luke!
We finally got the divorce over and done with, and I felt like it was a good time to tell her what was going on. She was head over heels for this young guy. The reason our marriage broke down is because she wanted more. She realized that I wouldn't be earning any more than I am at the moment, even though I have a considerable amount already. She saw something in this young guy and thought that he would actually create some company someday. There was a chance he would earn even more money than me. But he wasn't using his time to do anything like that. He's just another one of those leeches that fills a girl with dreams and uses her for her money. Well, in this case, it was actually my money. Rebecca begged me to take her back, saying that no one else would accept her. She thought this guy was serious about her, but he wasn't. At her age, it's going to be so hard to find someone who will be with her. I knew that would be the case, and also, I don't care. Rebecca was a horrible person. She wasn't a good wife, and she didn't care about her family at all. I think it's high time no one cares about her either. As for me, I managed to keep the house. I ended up selling it though, and moved to New York. I figured with the amount of time I spent there, that I should just invest in that branch. They're the place that needs me the most. During that time, I eventually met someone young and beautiful, just like Rebecca was accusing me of doing. We're only a couple of days in, but this feels like the start of something new and exciting. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future.
It was your turn to take care of Dad today. You never showed up. Where are you? He ran out of his incontinence briefs, so I am actually at the store now picking them up. I'll be by in a bit. Well, he won't stop complaining. He's in a real mood. Would you hurry back already? What is he complaining about? He's whining about how he needs to be changed. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still a good 30 minutes away. Would you mind just getting him out of his dirty pair for now? I can handle the rest when I get there. Do you honestly expect me to deal with something so disgusting? I can't stand to look, let alone change him. I mean, he's your husband. He needs you right now. The burden falls upon you. I'm not related to him by blood, after all. Just someone he happened to marry. I'm happy to help him when I can, but he needs to be changed right now. I imagine just sitting in a dirty brief is making him pretty depressed. I don't care about any of that. This is your job. It's been over 12 years since his accident. You haven't helped out even once since then. Can you please just do him this courtesy this once? Nah, I'll pass. There's no way I'm sullying myself with something like that. All right, well, I am on my way. I'll get there as soon as I can. You're truly a worthless woman. Why do you say that? You're already 43. You're unmarried and you don't even have a boyfriend. No one is going to marry you now. When am I supposed to have time to date? Between working and caring for Dad, I never have any time to actually get out and meet people. If you just married someone rich, all your problems would go away. You could have him hire someone to take care of your dad so you don't have to anymore. It's not quite that easy. Right, but you aren't even trying. You are truly worthless. I never thought my life would turn into this. It's not like Dad wants to be like this. I'm sure he is the one suffering the most in all this. It's because he is weak. If he was stronger, he would have never ended up paralyzed like this. Something like this can happen to anyone. He should do us all a favor and die already. Then I can collect his life insurance and finally do all the things he promised me I could. Don't joke about that kind of thing. It's not funny. Actually, I have a proposition for you. You interested? What? Let's help him out of his misery. Why are you being like this? Stop talking about this sort of thing. It's a win-win for both of us. You won't have to take care of him anymore, so you'll have a lot more free time to do what you wish. And I'll get his life insurance, so I'll be able to do all the things I wanted. Seems like a pretty good deal for both of us, no? Seriously, stop talking about this. He is still holding on to the dream that one day he will walk me down the aisle. Having that unsightly, worn-down old man at your wedding will do nothing but bring about embarrassment. Besides, no one is stupid enough to marry you at this age. It's time he moves on from that dream. I really want to make his dream come true. I just don't know if I'll ever be able to find love, though. I hope he doesn't stick around for too much longer. Just thinking about all that money I'll get makes me giddy. You've made that joke enough. It's still not funny. Besides, this isn't the time to be talking about that sort of thing. He needs to be cleaned up. I'm on my way. You better hurry. We wouldn't want him to get sick. That would be just terrible. My name is Kelsey. I'm a single 43-year-old woman. My dad was involved in an accident 12 years ago that resulted in him becoming paralyzed on his left side of his body. At the time, I was working at a relatively successful company and I was engaged. It was not long before our wedding was supposed to take place. I had figured my mom was taking care of my dad at the time, but when I stopped by their house one day, what I saw truly shocked me. The house was in absolute disarray. There was weird smells coming from God knows where, and my dad was just covered in stains. He clearly had not been given a bath or cleaned in any way for quite some time. I decided to take a couple of days off work to help deep clean the house and get my dad washed up. Ultimately, I decided to leave my job and seek employment that I could do remotely. I dedicated myself to caring for my father. My fiancé wasn't on board with my decision, and unfortunately we broke off our engagement. I want to be there for my dad until the day he no longer needed care. Finally, he's gone. We don't have to worry about him anymore. Can you not say it like that? He just died. Why not? This is a time for celebration, after all. Did you have to act like that at his funeral? You really made quite a scene. For the deceased's wife to be drunk, shouting loudly at her own husband's funeral isn't heard of. My dream finally came true, so of course I was celebrating. It's not like I have any intention of seeing anyone from his family ever again. What about me? I'm really sad about his passing. It was really hard caring for him all these years, but I am still really upset about losing him. Thanks for all your hard work over the years. I'm pretty sure that this is the first time you have thanked me for caring for him. And you are doing it sarcastically. I can't believe you took care of him for 13 years! You gave up so much in order to care for a man who would have been better off just dying after his accident. You are quite an idiot for doing that. Why are you acting like this? I guess it doesn't matter too much. I was able to collect his welfare on his behalf all these years. I'm thankful for that, at least. The lump sum payout of his life insurance is hard to beat, though. So you aren't actually appreciative of anything I did. I don't have a need for you anymore, so leave me alone. Are you being serious? What are you talking about? The only reason you've been living in the house was to care for your dad. He's dead now, so I'd like you to get your stuff out of the house as soon as possible. Even if I wanted to, it's not like I can just up and move out right now. That seems like a you problem. Just look for an apartment or something and get your stuff out. There's still a ton of Dad's stuff we need to take care of. Are you going to do it all yourself? I've got it covered. I already called an estate company to come by and liquidate all his stuff. Are you talking about dealing with his burial and stuff? I have no intention of doing anything like that. That's not fair to Dad. He deserves a proper burial. I'm not wasting money on getting him a tombstone either. Come on. We should bury him properly so his family can visit and mourn him. That sounds like a waste of time and money. I'll pay for it with my own money. So at the very least, let's get him a tombstone. If you have that kind of money laying around, you should just give it directly to me. Is that all you care about? How much money do you need to be satisfied? What could you possibly want that you don't already have? Money never goes bad, so you can never have too much of it. Besides, you never know when you might need it. I heard Dad's final words. Can you guess what he said to me? Who cares? I'm not interested in hearing. He apologized for stealing my youth, as he put it. Well, good. He should apologize for that. If he knew he was being just a burden on his daughter, he should have just ended it earlier and released you from said burden. I don't regret taking care of him these last 13 years. He would always smile so brightly whenever he saw me. And we were able to create so many memories together. Good for you. As I said, I'm not really interested in hearing about this anymore. Just get your stuff out of my house. At the very least, can I have his ashes? I don't care. It's not like I want them. Especially not inside my house. Get them quickly before I throw them out. Thank you. I guess this is goodbye then. Bye. Why are you ignoring me? I have a lot of questions I need answered. Would you just respond already? It's been a while. About time you respond. I haven't been able to locate your father's will anywhere. Also, all of his checks and bank statements are missing. Sorry to hear that. That's quite unfortunate. know something, don't you? What did you do with them? I might know something about that. Don't tell me you snuck back in and stole them when I wasn't looking. You know that the inheritance is all mine. That's how it might have been initially, yeah. That's right. By the way, have you seen any of the paperwork for his life insurance policy? I haven't gotten anything from them either. Why do you need them? Obviously, to cash out on his life insurance policy. Why do you think you get the money for that? Because I'm the beneficiary. Where are you hiding it? I don't really know what you are talking about. I have the paperwork for it because I am the actual beneficiary. Say what? You better not be. You don't have to worry about his will paperwork either. I have all of that too. I knew you took it away. You don't need to worry. I'll renounce all my claims to the inheritance so you can get it all. So everything is mine. Finally! That's right. Even though you managed to do nothing to help care for Dad these past 13 years, you were at least smart enough to make sure that your precious inheritance was safe. Look at you having a backbone all of a sudden. It seems like you've maybe toughened up a bit since your dad died. This isn't about having a backbone. I am being fueled by rage right now. I never did anything wrong to you. You have no reason to be mad at me. You're right. You truly did nothing at all. For me or for Dad. Right. So clearly your hate is misplaced. I am not the one you should be mad at. If you want to hate someone, you should hate your father who took away so much of your life from you. After the funeral, I received a call from an attorney. He said that Dad had left me a letter and asked if I would be responsible for his will. That father of yours lost function of his dominant hand, so there's no way he could have written you a letter. He wrote it with his left hand, although he was left-handed. His handwriting was barely legible, but you could read it. It was filled with a lot of love and emotion, though. Why would he write a letter? Was he just trying to get one last reaction from the grave? I don't care about that sort of thing. I am quite aware of your lack of interest in that sort of thing. The letter was full of things you had done, though. Like what? He had very detailed accounts of all the times you were physically violent towards him, as well as all the awful things you said to him throughout the years. If I were in his shoes, there's no way I could tolerate those sorts of things. He waited until after he died to tell on me. That man was such a sissy. What's so funny? You think going behind my back to beat your crippled husband is acceptable behavior? I could barely stand to read some of the things you said to him. Why would you do that? Why did you get off on treating him so poorly? He wouldn't be pissed off having to live with that worthless excuse of a man for 13 years. I had to vent my frustrations towards him somehow. Dad is not worthless. That title belongs to you. You are weirdly obsessed with your dad. It's pretty creepy. I am so frustrated with myself. The fact that you put Dad through that all the time without me noticing is unforgivable. Dad feared that after he passed away that I would be the next target of your abuse. In his letter, he wrote, "Get out of there while you still can." There was no reason for you to run. I wasn't going to chase after you. As long as I get my inheritance, I don't care about anything else. Congratulations to you. Huh? For what? I'm talking about your inheritance. You managed to be awful enough to where you were left negative inheritance. Congratulations! What the hell does that mean? Why do you think I waited this long to talk to you about his will? How am I supposed to know? It was necessary for 4 months to pass. In order for what to happen? After 4 months of your inheritance going unclaimed, you lose your right to it. What kind of stupid rule is that? Those same rules don't apply for debt, though. You inherited all of Dad's loans, whether you claimed them or not. He was in debt? I didn't hear anything about this. He had to borrow money in order for us to get by. The amounts of money I was making at my new job didn't amount to much. Besides, you were taking all of his welfare he was supposed to live off of. Even with the stipend we were receiving for in-home care, it was hard to get by. Who would loan that worn-out old man money? They had to know he couldn't pay it back. You aren't wrong about that. He was unable to work, so a traditional bank wouldn't give him a loan. Believe it or not, Dad was pretty well liked and had some relatively well-off friends. He got a couple of different loans from friends and family to stay afloat. Everything was done by the books, though. He made sure to have formal contracts written up for each loan. Well, you are his daughter. You should take on at least half of the debt he accrued. It's part of the inheritance, after all. I already explained this to you. I renounced my claim to his inheritance, which also includes any of his debts. I have no legal obligation to take on any of his debts. How much are we talking here? About $120,000. Screw that! There's no way I am paying that. Good luck with that. Hold up! You need to explain something to me. If you renounced your claim to his inheritance, that also means you shouldn't be able to receive any of his life insurance policy. Is that right? That. Life insurance isn't classified as part of an inheritance. They are processed separately. Sorry to break it to ya. The life insurance policy he had only covered up to $30,000. He had to be an idiot to be taking loans out for more than that amount. I think you are missing a zero there. He was only worth $3,000! What a worthless piece of garbage. His policy obviously wasn't for $3,000. I received $300,000 from the insurance agency. He was worth that much! I think he wanted to be sure to leave as much as possible for us after he died. He joined a couple of different policies to ensure that happens. Why wouldn't he leave the money to me? I am his wife. He knew you entirely too well. If he made you the benefactor, he knew that you wouldn't share any of the life insurance policy with me. That pathetic excuse of a man! I'm going to use some of this money to make sure that he has a proper burial site and tombstone. That's such a waste of money! It's my money. I can use it however I choose. Give me half of it now! Giving money to you would be no different than flushing it down the toilet. Flush it then! I'll find it. You are truly pathetic. You want money that badly? I do. I would do anything for money. There's a nice bottle of whiskey in Dad's room. Inside the bottle is a nice shiny penny. I'll let you have that much. Don't mess with me! Your debtors are waiting for their money. You need to value every penny. You're actually going to make me pay back his debts. That is the plan. I can't do that. That house was included in inheritance. Why don't you sell that and use it to pay off the debts? And live on the streets? What a joke. There's all sorts of people who end up living on the streets. Many of them due to unpaid debts. I won't be one of those people. Just the thought of it is disgusting. Oh, there was something else. What now? I completely forgot. You can't sell that house. Dad listed it before he died and was able to find a buyer. The sales contract should be almost complete. They just need to secure funding. He did what? He recognized that he didn't have too much longer to live. He set up a conditional sale so that 6 months after his passing, the house would be sold for a predetermined value. That's strange. Whatever. That money for the house is included in his inheritance, right? Technically, he sold it off while he was still alive. However, none of the money he received for the house went into his accounts. And why is that? I checked his checkbook. I think he used the money to pay off lawyers, and he gave a huge chunk of the money to different organizations as a donation. It's pretty clear that he had no intention of leaving you even a penny of that money, though. What kind of ridiculous nonsense is this? This is too much to accept. Dad made sure to properly think everything through. He was bound to his bed, unable to do any of the things he wanted. However, his mind was still sharp. He had plenty of time to devise a way to get back at his wife who had spent years mistreating him. I would have never thought a bedridden man was able to organize all this. It seems like an appropriate punishment for all the horrible things you did. There's no way you were going to get off without any sort of punishment for all the damage you caused him. I wouldn't allow it. Thank you for always providing me with an example of what not to do in life. Your only living parent is going to end up homeless, and you don't feel the slightest bit of pity for her. I don't feel one bit of pity for you, no. Tell me where you live. I can just come live with you. It's the least you could do for me after I allowed you to live in my house for all these years. I can do the cooking, cleaning, and laundry or whatever you need. I don't mind doing those things myself, so no thanks. Besides, I have no recollection of you ever cooking before. Do you even know how? Even when I was a kid, Dad was always the one who did all the cooking around the house. This is so unfair. I hope that you regret your actions for the rest of your life. This all happened because you threw away your family in their greatest time of need. You can only blame yourself for what happened as a result. I always figured you were so easy to manipulate. It seems you have a bit more backbone than I assumed. I am your child, after all. Maybe that's one positive thing I picked up from you. That's right, you are. And children have a responsibility to look after their parents, especially when they are older. The only parent that I recognize died 4 months ago. Wait a second. Who am I talking to again? I can't seem to recall. I think I am just overtired. This must be a wrong number. Sorry for bothering you. Don't say that sort of thing to your mother! After the house was officially sold, the police had to get involved in evicting my mom. She made quite the ordeal out of it. They were able to get her out, though. She wasn't going to be able to use the small amount of money she received every year from retirement in order to pay back the loans and find an apartment to live in. She really had to whip her whole body into gear in order to make ends meet. She cleaned dishes for a restaurant during the day and cleaned an office building at night. This is the unfortunate consequence for someone who lived their life ridiculing and torturing someone who couldn't care for themselves. It makes me sad that this is what was necessary in order for my mother to learn a lesson. She will continue to slowly wear her body down in order to simply make ends meet. If anything ever does happen to her, she will have no one to care for her now that she has isolated herself from me. At some point in her life, she will probably come to realize that what she was doing was cruel and wrong. However, when the time does eventually come, it will be much too late. Meanwhile, I was able to secure a gravesite and tombstone for my father. He can now finally rest in peace, and all the people who loved him can visit him at their leisure. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. See you next time. Hey! I just got home and there was some girl in our bathtub. Is this part of your celebration for me finally getting out of the hospital?
Huh? Today was the day that you got out?
I sent you a text yesterday telling you.
I must have forgotten what you said.
You're just going to pull this senseless crap when your wife is getting out of the hospital from her breast cancer treatment?
Hey, I think it's amazing that you were able to make it through the surgery.
But there is some random girl in our bathtub. Whose doing is this, huh?
I would like to think it is her doing.
But how did she get into our house with wearing only lingerie? I don't care how much the truth will hurt. Tell me what is going on here.
Well, could you at least calm down first?
All right, then what should I do to calm down? I can drop all of my things and go over to the nearest cafe and wait for you to give me an answer.
It'd probably be better if you were to just go back to your parents' house at this point.
What?
because I've already decided that I want to divorce you. You were no good to me once you ended up getting cancer.
So coming home after 2 weeks in the hospital to a random girl naked in our bathtub is your way of telling me that you want a divorce?
Well, it's your fault for getting sick in the first place. With all of that time alone, I thought to myself about what the future would look like for us. Then I decided that I should start looking for another, much better girl to be with.
Well, if you're going to start messing around with other women, at least have the dignity to be with them outside of our house!
Well, do you know how much it would cost me to stay at a hotel every night?
I have no clue.
Well, all of this doesn't matter anyways, and now hurry up and return the house key.
But I still have a lot of my things at that house.
I can just send them all to your parents.
I still need to let my body rest for a little bit before I can go out anywhere far. And do you even know where my parents' house is?
They live in Maine?
So you should know how far that is from us here in Arizona. Now get that girl out of our house so that I can lay down and rest.
She'll freeze being forced out of the house after just taking a bath.
I know that, but where the heck are you right now?
Huh? I'm nearby.
I can tell that you are afraid of me.
I'm at the gas station just down the street from our place.
I can see that gas station from the cafe I am sitting in, and you're not there.
I think you're looking at the wrong gas station. I'm at the one a bit further down the road.
I just walked by that gas station walking here, and it has been torn down.
Oh, you're getting really annoying. Just shut up already.
When someone is backed into a corner, they tend to get frustrated easily. Just like you.
Well, stop trying to torment me and start gathering your things to get out of my house.
Is that all you want?
I already told you that is exactly what I want.
You know there aren't too many girls like me left in the world.
I don't care. I don't want you anymore. At this point, you'd be best off going to a zoo for all I care.
You're pissing me off. I'd watch your back if I were you.
I think you're the one that should have been watching their back. I know that you had filled out some of those divorce forms, ready to be handed in whenever you were wanting to.
What?
Isn't getting a divorce something that you've been waiting for a while now as well? I found those forms in your nightstand, and they were all filled in with your handwriting.
That's...
This just proves that our marriage was a failure from the beginning. So I thought that going out with another girl while you were in hospital wouldn't have been such a bad thing.
Don't act like finding those papers made it okay to cheat on me.
Well, it's terrible of you to start filling that stuff in without telling me. Finding them just showed me that you had already pretty much thrown me out.
I can't deal with this anymore.
Great, get out of here.
My name is Elise Brown, and I am 33 years old. During my 3rd year of being married, I found out that I have breast cancer. And while I was in the hospital, my husband never came to visit me. Not even once. And just as I got out of treatments, I found out that he had been cheating on me. I suppose that was one heck of a good surprise. But even before realizing that he had been cheating on me by finding that girl naked in our bathtub, I had already been having feelings of our relationship falling apart. And I have a very good reason for having that feeling. And it doesn't seem like Matt knew much about how I was feeling at all. At first, I was planning to send in those divorce papers, but after finding out that I had cancer, I decided that it wasn't such a good idea. But man, does the way that everything turned out suck. Now my body isn't only left with scars on the outside, but scars on the inside as well.
Are you back at your parents' house?
Well, I didn't have anywhere else that I could go to.
I got all of your things together because I thought that I should send them over there. But it looks like my girlfriend looked through your clothes and found some that she would want to use.
Seriously?
So I thought that instead of getting a settlement from you, I'd just take all of your clothes.
Are you guys actually being serious right now?
Well, I didn't really care about it much before, but it seems that you have quite a lot of really nice clothing. So she is super happy that it all fits her.
You guys better not lay a finger on the rest of my stuff.
It's fine. You caused me all sorts of trouble getting sick with your breast cancer. So don't start talking to me like I owe you anything.
Don't start thinking that my life was less valuable than my clothing.
But it was because of me that you were able to afford all of this. So, in other words, all of this is mine anyway.
I work to be able to buy that stuff.
Oh, you're a cheapskate. That's why I want you to stay out of our life.
I don't care if you want to throw me away. I just want you to send me my stuff.
It seems like all of your makeup and perfume is high-end as well. When she saw that you had a bunch of Dior fragrances, she almost passed out.
Well, you better tell her that if she uses even a drop of any of my perfumes, I will come over there and literally drench her in sewage water just to make sure that smell comes off of her. Make sure she remembers that well.
Scary. But if you think you can actually do that, I want to see you try.
I was planning to use a lot of my skincare creams after I got out of the hospital, so make sure she doesn't touch that either.
For someone with your skin, you should just lather yourself in olive oil.
Can you guys just forget about my stuff, please? I have done my best to take care of all of my bags and clothing. I have a lot of memories as well with all of my stuff. They are my prized possessions. Please, send them back to me.
Do you think your crying will get me to stop? It is inevitable now. What could you possibly do to me when you're on the other side of the country?
You said that you'd send me that stuff, so you should keep that promise.
Well, maybe I was lying to you. By the way, what is this letter that was in your drawer?
Wait, if nothing else, at least don't open that letter.
Well, when you say it like that, it makes me want to open it.
Stop. I swear.
What the hell? Elise, I love you is written inside of it. Is this from another man?
It's not what you think.
This is a damn love letter. So, you try to hide this from me too? Who's the cheater now?
I'll read it over again. I told you that it's not what you think.
I don't want to look at it again. I cannot believe that you were cheating on me too. You probably used your time in the hospital as a way of messing around with other men too.
Don't try and force yourself to act like an idiot.
Now you've made it possible for me to get more money from you in the divorce settlement.
I didn't do anything wrong. You're just acting like a complete fool. I just have one thing that I ask of you. Stop messing with my things. That's it.
Oh, shut up, you cheater. Someone in your place has no right to ask anything of me.
Right now, it is Sunday morning. I think I can make it to the flight.
What are you talking about now?
I want to fly back over there to get my stuff, but my body is still not fully recovered from the surgery, so it might not be possible.
Well, that sounds like good news to me.
Are you at home right now?
Right now, I'm giving her 1 day to look through all of your things for whatever she wants to keep.
You guys are frickin' deaf, huh? Well, whatever. Do whatever makes you two happy. But because of that, don't be afraid of what comes next.
What the hell do you think you can do to me? Your body is too weak to even make it over here. Oh, so stop trying to act all high and mighty. Yo, who the hell are these two massive men?
They're my brothers. You should recognize them from our wedding, right?
Were they this huge before?
Recently, the two of them have been going to the gym quite a lot. They started to really get into wrestling, so this was the next step. And since they are twins, they strive to have the same body type as one another. They even go by the nickname Gorilla Twins at the gym.
Did they come all the way from Maine?
That's right. They came to get all of my things, as well as that letter.
You would go as far as sending muscle men to do your job for you?
Well, my dad always told them to protect their little sister no matter what. So they are just fulfilling that promise.
But what scares me even more is that they have a key to the house. How did they get that?
We were able to get a copy of the key from that house's realtor.
Huh?
Do you not remember that we were asked by the realtor agent if it was okay for them to have a copy of the key in case of an emergency?
I didn't really think that they would just give a key out to anyone, though. Especially not your henchman.
All I had to do was ask if it was okay.
But why the hell would they be okay with someone from Maine asking for it?
Because I was the one that co-signed for that house with you. It wasn't that hard for me to give them the names of my two brothers and say that they were just coming by to pick up a spare while they stayed with us for a little while.
Oh, this is ridiculous. Is this how you're gonna get your revenge? I have the law to protect me, you know? It doesn't matter if you try to scare me into submission, I can just call the cops on these two.
Well, doing that isn't going to save you from what will happen to that house.
What?
That house is contracted to be torn down next month.
I have never heard about this.
I told you about this 6 months ago, and I even showed you the contract we were given by the city office. You really can't be bothered to remember anything I tell you. You didn't even listen to what I had to tell you about my surgery.
Then what should the two of us do?
Well, maybe the two of you can find a new apartment to live in, even though the rent is extremely high in that area.
That is gonna be impossible. I only make $2,000 a month.
Well, that's too bad.
Did we get any money in return for our house getting signed off to be torn down?
I did, but I have no reason to give any of that money to you.
But it was for the both of us to put towards a new place, right? And I can't move out to the countryside. The commute will be over an hour and a half.
Well, if you would have paid attention when I talked to you about our housing issue, maybe I would have put half of the money into your account. I was planning on looking into new houses for us, but then I became ill and didn't have the time or energy.
But, well, I was in the wrong this whole time. I was even lying about cheating on you. The girl that you saw in our tub was just someone that I hired to surprise you after you got home from the hospital. That's all.
So we came all this way just for you to tell me you had been lying?
I'm telling the truth. So can you please give me half of that money so that I can find a place to live?
I don't believe you. And why would I give you any money when you already got a settlement from me?
I'll give you back all of your things, all of your cosmetics and clothing. Oh, and that reminds me. According to that love letter, you were cheating on me, so I should be able to get more money from you if I get a lawyer.
That letter was from my dad.
Huh?
He gave me that letter a long time ago when I first moved out of their house, and told me to open it when I turned 35. He always starts his letters by saying that he loves me.
Really? I thought that it was a love letter this whole time.
Every time I got a year closer to being 35, the excitement in me grew to open that letter. But you ruined that excitement for me. I will never, ever forgive you for that.
Oh, stop worrying so much about a damn letter. I'm about to lose the place that I live in.
I think the only reason you are so worried about that is because you always blow all of your savings on going out with different girls.
I only just began having affairs with the girl that I am with now. So don't act like I've been fooling around with other girls for a while now.
Whatever you say. I know that you have been fooling around with other girls for over a year now. You would always mutter different names while you were sleep talking. Around 10 different names, I think.
And you think that this is evidence to say that I've been cheating on you for that long? Those could all be characters from books that I read.
Well, the names that you had been saying were the exact same names of the people that you were texting on your phone.
You looked into my phone? You broke one of the most important rules for married couples.
You were also looking at my phone all the time, so it goes both ways.
You noticed that?
Because you were always looking at my phone, I became suspicious of you. You were probably trying to find a reason to leave me by looking through my phone, huh?
Damn it.
I just got a message from my brother. He says that all of my cosmetics have been opened up and used. And he says that all of my clothes are covered in a really bad-smelling perfume. You're screwed now.
I'll buy you replacements.
Makeup, perfume, creams, and hair products. All of that together comes out to about $3,000. And I'm not going to wear those clothes now, so I'll have to toss them. So clothing will come out to around $20,000, I think.
What? They couldn't have all been that expensive.
They were all of the high-end brands that I had always wanted. So to me, this all breaks my heart. What's so bad about expecting that money back from you?
So you really do plan to get that money back?
Of course I do.
Well, maybe you should ask my girlfriend to pay you back. I wasn't the one that used all of that crap.
You're just going to throw her out that easily now, too? Does it not hurt you knowing that you burned through all of these women without feeling any remorse for them?
I only talked to most of them by text message. I never actually met with any of them.
You can stop lying to me. I know that you have gone out plenty of times to be with them. I looked at their contact information in your phone, and under their names you had their home address written.
Huh?
I also know that the girl you let stay at our house on the day I came home's name was Alyssa. And I know that the girl you went to see while Alyssa was in the bath was Emily, right?
What the hell?
I also saw that you had intentions of getting married to all of them. It seems they have all been talking about being engaged with you already. Huh?
That was just some jokes we were saying back and forth to each other. We aren't actually engaged.
I even saw some messages saying that you want to marry them once we are finally divorced. It seems that is how you have been playing your cards for the last year now, right? Going out to have separate lives with each of your girlfriends.
But it isn't like I've chosen anyone to be serious with yet.
Cut the crap! I know that you have been planning to get serious with each and every one of them. Trying to buy engagement rings for every single girl. And collecting money from them to put towards the marriage papers.
Stop lying. How many people do you think a man can marry?
And while I was sick with cancer, I thought it would be a good idea to put off turning in the divorce papers that I had filled out. I thought that by waiting it out while I was focused on trying to fight cancer, you would come around to trying to support me again. But every day that you moved further and further away from me was the day that I moved closer and closer to really wanting to send the papers. But finally, the end has come. I feel so relieved to know that I will never have to see your face or hear your name again. Damn, I'm practically crying right now because I am so happy.
But I finally come to realize that I do want to be with you.
Really?
I know that everything that I've done to you hasn't been right, and that I let you down while you were getting your surgery for cancer.
What?
But I finally come to realize that no matter what happens to you from now on, I want to be by your side helping you through it. We've been through a lot, so something as silly as this shouldn't be strong enough to break us apart, right?
What the hell are you talking about?
You know what I'm saying.
I know that inside your head, you're just thinking of ways to keep me around so that I'll give you more money. And if you're nice to me, I'll reduce the amount of money I ask for in the settlement, right?
No, I'm thinking about how strong our love is.
I doubt you would throw away all of the hard work you put in to have all of those girls around you prepared to marry you when I am gone. So this love that you're talking about is one big joke.
Huh?
I think you have even gone to some of their parents' houses already to ask for permission. I'm sure their parents will be upset to hear that you backed out on the marriage, huh? Huh.
That's not something I'm worried about.
I bet you even said that you would do everything in your power to make their daughters happy. But if you really want to get back together with me, you'll need to tell them all that you are running away because you have plans with your ex-wife. Do you think they will all forgive you for this?
But what should I do? What do you think I should do?
I'm not giving you any advice.
Help me, please. My head is about to explode.
Then go right ahead and explode for all I care. After the divorce was made official, I was able to get $25,000 in a court settlement from Matt, as well as another $20,000 in an out-of-court settlement for all of my cosmetics and clothes that he ruined. And as for the other women that learned about him backing out of their marriage, they all earned money from him as well, around $10,000 in total. There are still 4 girls that don't know about what has happened yet, so I will go ahead and send them a letter letting them know what has been going on behind their backs. Matt later had to leave the house, and for a while was bouncing around all of his friends' houses. But after a while, he was able to find a new girl to stay with. She ended up being super clingy, to the point where she was asking if his work was more important than her. So after a while, he had to quit his job to stay at her house full-time. I guess that is the life he deserves after the amount of women he tried to run with. Huh. This was the year that I was able to read my father's letter, as I had finally turned 35. But of course, I was still a little ticked that Matt had opened it a while back. Reading it made me cry a lot, but I think I cried a whole lot more knowing what I had to go through to get the letter back. In the end, I have realized just how strong I am having my 2 brothers to back me up, and that now I will be free to start my new life back here in Maine. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing and pressing the like button.